Hi everyone, my name is DJ and this is Dreaming Joy 1111. This channel is all about your dreams and decoding what they mean. If you are new here, let me explain a little about myself. I am a dreamwalker. For as long as I can remember, I have been invited into other people's dreams. I started figuring out that I had this ability when I was a teenager. And that is about the time I started journaling and keeping track of all the dreams. That's also when I started learning how to interpret the dream meanings and the dream symbols. I've been doing this for over 30 years now. I have always had a deep connection to spirit. My life path number is 11, and I was also born on the 11th day. I have always felt a strong sense of oneness. While in meditation, I was called to share this gift with others. I did my best to ignore that call because I prefer to stay in my own lane. But as many of you know, if you ignore the call from Spirit, it will continue ringing through. Spirit doesn't really give up. So, now let me explain what this ability allows me to do and how it can help you. First, I can only come into your dream if you ask for it. You do not need to know me for this to work, because your soul knows all souls. I am not the only one that can do this. There are other dream walkers out there. When I am in your dream, I see and feel things from two perspectives, mine and yours simultaneously. That means I see things from your eyes and feel things from your point of view. I also see and feel them from mine. I am usually standing behind you in the dreams or nightmares, as well as from first-person view. It's weird, I know, but it is sort of like playing a video game with split screen. I see it all, whereas you may only see it from one angle. This allows me to better decipher your dream meanings of all the different symbols. On occasion, in the dream, you may look in a mirror or at a piece of mail, or you might be standing outside of your childhood home, and I may see some identifying markers, things like what you look like or addresses. I almost never remember any of this unless it is absolutely necessary. Anything I do remember, I will never share with anyone, and I will never write it in a journal. I do sometimes get called into dreams of people I actually know, and in these cases, I call the person up and talk to them, or because they already know me, they may call me first. But again, I will never give personal details to anyone about anything. I also see things in meditations, and I can astral project, but only if I have enough energy and spirit allows me to. Some of these may be shared in future videos as well. What you can do if you need help is to try to call out to me. If you keep having the same reoccurring dream or nightmare, let me know. I will try to read all the comments and respond. I have a family and a job, so I won't be able to hit 100% of you, but I will try my best to interpret your dream meanings. You can also try calling out to me right before you go to sleep or right after you wake up. I have had dreams that belong to people who had the original dream weeks earlier. This has a lot to do with energy and time. Time is not linear, and any energy put out there will get to where it needs to go at just the right time. Sort of like a voice message. Send it out that you need help, and if Spirit agrees, I will see it and I will help. Now, before I get to today's dream, I want to ask for your help to spread these messages. You can do this by subscribing, sharing, liking, and commenting. This is for the YouTube algorithm. The more success this channel has, the more time I can spend doing it, the more people we can help. Also, out of courtesy, and this is very important, I ask that you share on social media, but don't tag specific people in it. Even if your best friend just told you about the dream I am describing right now, you wouldn't want them to be embarrassed. Instead, try texting the link to them. That way they can decide in private how they feel about the message. Tagging people could be a problem if the dream was about a bad or dangerous relationship. The person they're in a relationship with may see it, and it could make things worse for them, and we don't want that. Please also check the description box below for any legal disclaimers that YouTube might require. I will also include helpful links in the description box if they're needed. If you're a returning subscriber and you do not want to keep hearing this About Me section of each video, you can skip it and get straight to the dream. I will timestamp the video to save time in the future. Now let's get to one of the dreams I had last night. Then at the end, I will go through the dream meanings from multiple angles. I will describe the dream from first person point of view. That means that I will go through the dream as if it were my own. In the dream, I was at my aunt's house. My kids were also there with me. There were a lot of people that I did not know. It seemed like she was having a big party, which I thought was weird. My daughter was wearing a diaper, even though she was too old to wear one and had been potty trained for years now. She made a mess, and I needed to clean her. I decided to put her in the shower after I changed her diaper. As I was cleaning her, the water would not go down the drain. All of a sudden, I looked around the bathroom, and it was a mess everywhere. As I started to clean that up, it was a man that I did not know, walked in needing to use the restroom. He was very frustrated and very angry. He was also visibly disgusted by the mess all over the walls, the floor, and the toilet. It was very overwhelming, but I continued to clean up the mess anyways. Then, as if that wasn't enough, my son walked in, and he was also a mess. Now I had 2 kids that needed to be cleaned, but the more I cleaned them, the dirtier the bathroom got, and the angrier this man got. That is when I woke up from this dream. Okay, so that was a stressful dream. I was stressed even after I woke up and while I was journaling the dream. I wouldn't put this into a nightmare category, but it was getting very overwhelming for me. However, for the dreamer, there was a feeling of indifference during the dream, even though I was concerned about the man's anger and the overwhelming need to clean the bathroom. I also felt indifferent. That tells me that the person who is having this dream seemed to be used to this level of stress, sort of like just another day. It's important to note that this could change the dream's meaning and that it is something we will talk about a little bit deeper later. Before we go over my feelings and interpretations of this dream, let me go through what tarot cards are saying about this particular energy. This will help us with the dream meaning later when we put it all together. For this, I used the Medieval Mischief Tarot deck because I liked how dreamy it looked and I liked the black and white images. I also felt drawn to them, so the dreamer may also feel like they resonate with the gothic artwork in this deck. I shuffled and pulled the cards beforehand to save some time. For the first row, I asked, what is causing the dream? And we got the 3 of coins in reverse, the 4 of cups upright, and the 4 of clubs in reverse. This is implying that the dreamer is discontent, bored, and dissatisfied with their life, at least for the part of their life that has to do with partnership. The Three of Coins in reverse is saying that you do not feel like you have a partner or help. It also implies there is a feeling of not having any reward for the work you are doing, or that you may feel like your talents are not being seen or used. You do not feel celebrated, or that you are feeling like your time is spent doing hard work that is not going towards your higher good. The second row, I asked what the best solution or outcome would be. We have the Five of Swords upright, the King of Cups upright, and the Hermit is also upright. It looks like the dreamer needs to face up to their own limitations here. We only have so much time in a day, and sometimes our pride or ego can get in the way of asking for help or taking a break. The Five of Swords is telling me that you need to take a time out. The King of Cups with kindness is about kindness and empathy, so the dreamer may need to be kinder to themselves, or they may need to ask for help from someone who they feel is kind. If you are single and doing too much on your own, ask your aunt. You were at your aunt's house in the dream for a reason. If you have a partner, they may not know that you are overwhelmed to the point of indifference. In this case, indifference is the key to understanding the dreamer's true state of mind. The dreamer was not feeling love. They weren't feeling at all. The Hermit card, again, points to the need to set time to oneself and going within for more clarity. Under the deck, for what you may be hiding or ignoring, is the Nine of Coins. Traditionally, this card comes out for single people who are feeling successful or who have a life of comfort. This card may come out for a person who is independent and well off due to their own hard work. This might be saying that the dreamer is well off and has the resources to hire help, or that they are wishing they had that material wealth to make things easier. Take that the way it resonates for you. From my perspective, I almost feel like the dreamer may be used to being the Nine of Cups and misses it. It almost felt to me like they spend time thinking about having control back in their life. Now, before I talk about how I see this dream, I want to go over what some of the details in the dream mean. I want to look at a few of the symbols that stuck out and what they would traditionally mean when looking at dream meanings. So for dirty diapers, that could imply limited resources, being emotionally distant, emotional turmoil, or it could be that you are ready to leave the negative behind. A dirty bathroom talks about impurities in your life. This could be toxic people or addictions. It could be abuse. When you dream about houses, it's about looking at yourself. Each room is a part of you. It's a feeling. So when you walk into a bathroom in the dream, that room might be talking about impurities that you need to look at. If you dream about strangers, they are actually a version of yourself. These are different forms of you. Part of us that we are not listening to or paying attention to. Shadows that have not come to light yet. The man with disgust on his face, the angry man, that is a part of you. How you see yourself. You may be trying to be what you are not, which disgusts you in some way. Wearing a mask to hide who you are or what you want, because you are disgusted with your true self. Those are just some reasons why somebody would be disgusted with you in a dream. When the water does not go down the drain, it could mean that you feel like you're in a rut. You could have lost sight of your goals. It could be a female or yourself who is emotionally cold. A sense of losing your true self. It could be pent-up anger that you can't or you're choosing not to speak about. Now I want to just briefly go over what the dream felt like for me and how I would interpret it. I feel like the dreamer is not just overworked or overwhelmed by their life in general, but I get the sense that although they have everything they need or that they wanted, they also feel regrets. Sort of like when you earn a degree, but then later start to feel like the career that goes with that degree is not using your full potential. Or like how some people want to be married, but then they miss being single. I get the feeling like the problem boils down to balance. Maybe you love art or hanging out with friends. Maybe you don't feel free enough to do those things that you used to love doing anymore because now you have kids and family and you're this new version of you. Find balance. Figure out how to give yourself a little bit more of yourself. You are not just here to serve your beautiful kids. You need to serve yourself a little too. If you can ask your aunt to watch the kiddos for a little while, or take a bath after they go to sleep, anything or any amount of time to yourself is going to be a good investment. It may also help to talk about it. There are free groups online for parents. Meetups are great ways to meet parents that are going through the same situation. If this is a case where you have a partner who is not pulling their weight, then it is time to use your throat chakra and tell them how you feel. They are also responsible for the life you both created. Are they finding time to do things on their own? If so, then the lack of balance is in the partnership, and you need to take some of that power back. Okay, so that is all I have for this dream. Please like and subscribe to this channel. Let me know in the comments if this dream resonates with you. And have a great day, dreamers.